As of recording of this video, I have worked with over 130 plus coaching clients and generated over 32 crores in combined client revenue. In my 5 years working as a marketing freelancer, agency owner, and now business consultant for online coaches and consultants. And in this video, I share everything I know about building, growing and scaling an online coaching or consulting business. My name is Himanshu Khandekar and I am the co-founder of K3 Consultancy. We are a consulting and services company helping online coaches and consultants build, grow and scale their businesses. This is a video in which I share 72 steps or 72 list of things that you need to do in order to make 20 lakh rupees per month with over 50% net profit margin in your business. This was actually an exclusive course divided into 3 phases with 14 videos only available to members of my school and WhatsApp community. But I decided why not remove that barrier as well and just upload it for free for everyone on YouTube. So here I am doing exactly that. Now if you can't sit in a place for 2 hours and learn something that will help you build a business that can generate 20 lakh rupees per month revenue and a minimum of 10 lakh rupees per month net income in your business, then I'm afraid to inform you that you can't do much in life. I can guarantee that this will be the best video that you can see if you want to genuinely build a business around your expertise that makes you real income. My team and I have put a lot of effort into creating this course and now it's yours to consume. Ideally, if you learn and implement everything that I have told in this video, your income from this business will put you in the top 0.5% population of this country. And I believe that for a lot of people, this income is more than enough to fulfill all your dreams that you might have for yourself. So without any further delay, let's get started. Welcome to our free course on 72 steps to go from 0 to 20 lakhs per month in online coaching and consulting business. Brought to you by K3 Consultancy. This is based on our 5 years of experience of helping coaches and consultants go from making their first 1 lakh per month working with us to making over 50 lakhs per month in their business. And before anyone starts doubting whether it is possible or not, let me tell you, it is. Now I'm not going to bore you with hundreds of testimonials and case study details of all our clients whom we have helped build, grow and scale their coaching or consulting businesses. If you want to know, I'll drop a link somewhere down below where you can check all the clients that we have worked with and the kind of results that we generated for them. And I know you want me to jump directly into the main content and tell you the steps that are your golden ticket to making 20 lakhs per month in your coaching business with over 50% margins. But I'm pretty sure that none of this will make sense or even be worth giving your attention if you don't know my origin story. Because hey, the reason Spider-Man is so awesome is because we absolutely love and adore Peter Parker. So here is my why. Why I am doing what I am doing and why you should listen to me. I started my marketing career as a copywriter at an agency and worked there for almost 2 years. While I initially joined for a copywriting role, I eventually found myself managing nearly the entire marketing department. Then, after quitting the agency job, I started freelancing as a performance marketer and began building my team. Did that for over a year and then slowly started my own performance marketing agency with my 2 co-founders. We work closely with some of the most prominent coaches in the industry as performance marketing and paid ad experts. We eventually expanded into consulting, helping coaches with all aspects of their business, not just with marketing. And as of now, we have completed 5 years of working online and there is one thing that has remained constant throughout all those years. We have only worked with online coaches and course creators. And over the years, we have built a deep understanding of the industry. This means whatever I am going to teach you in this free course, it works. I have learned all this by spending time and money educating myself and then implementing everything in our business as well as in our clients' businesses. And I'm sharing this all with you for absolutely free. Trust me, if you are watching this course, then consider yourself the luckiest among the lucky. Because I kid you not, if I had something like this when I was starting my journey, we would have reached 1 crore revenue in our business in less than a year. But there's a deeper reason why I'm sharing everything for free in this course, and I want to take a minute to share my long-term vision with you. Our mission at K3 Consultancy is to enable as many people as we can to build highly profitable and sustainable lifestyle-based businesses. Because in India, doing business is not considered aspirational in many households. A high-paying job in an MNC or a government institution is the ultimate dream that's sold to the most. But to get a high paying job, you need to be in the top colleges like IITs and IIMs. And how many seats do they have? If you talk about government jobs, there are 20 lakhs people fighting for 20 seats. How is that fair? This system makes people believe that the flaw is in them and they settle for a mediocre life, struggling to make ends meet and limiting their potential. The truth is, the fault is not with us. The fault is with the system that cannot accommodate more than 99% of the population with the same opportunities as top 1%. This needs to change. Now you may relate to this story because this may be exactly what you went through as well. And not only us, but most of our clients have the exact same story. We all belong to that category of rebels and misfits who somehow didn't fit into the traditional top 1%. We asked ourselves, if we didn't get into that top tier institution, don't we deserve our dream life? If we didn't land a high package MNC job or clear that government exam, don't we deserve our dream life? If we weren't born into a wealthy family, don't we deserve a dream life? The answer is yes, we do. And we at K3 have found the best way to make that happen. How? It's by building an expertise-based lifestyle business with maximum revenue per employee. Now let me just break it down for your better understanding. An expertise-based business is a business that is built around your knowledge and skills that others perceive as valuable. And also it's something that you enjoy doing and is commercially viable. A lifestyle-based business is a business that is run by a small team with one sole objective: improving the lifestyle of the founder and the team. And revenue per person means the revenue of the business divided by the total number of full-time or equivalent employees that you're having. In simple terms, if you want to live the life of your dreams, you need to create a business that delivers high value to the market, that is run by a small group of people and generates a significant amount of money per employee. An expertise-based lifestyle business will help you to build the dream life that you have always wanted. Make as much as or even more money than your IIT and IIM peers. Have the freedom to live the life on your own terms and provide better opportunities and higher than market salaries to your team. And you can do all this without worrying about the competition. And we are going to discuss in detail how you're going to do that. Now, I have given you all the reasons to watch this course till the end, and I'm confident that you are going to watch it. So let me also show you how to utilize the information and the resources in this course for your maximum benefit. Though I have named this course as 72 steps to grow from 0 to 20 lakhs per month in your coaching or consulting business, technically they are not just steps. It's actually a combination of steps and list of things that you need to master or build in order to have a coaching or consulting business that is making 20 lakhs per month. And honestly, you can make much more than that if you do what I'm about to say in this course. So here's how you need to go through the course in order to use it effectively in your business. I have divided the entire course into 3 phases. In each phase, there are a certain number of things to do or steps to take in order to graduate. Now, some of you may have already done some of the steps that are mentioned in that phase. In that case, a big pat on your back from me. You have done a good job so far. However, don't graduate from the phase until you have completed all the tasks that I have mentioned in it. And there is no 33% passing marks here like our shitty education system. We are talking actual business building here. There is no midway. Once you graduate from the first phase, you can proceed to the second phase and complete all the tasks mentioned there, and then to the third one. And by the time you properly graduate the third phase, it's very likely that you will generate 20 lakh plus in your coaching or consulting business with over 50% profit margin, irrespective of whatever market that you are in. Now let me explain how I came up with the phases and steps so that you have even more clarity on how to best use the course for your business. So there are two types of people in this world. The ones who solve problems and make decision on the basis of analogy, and the ones who solve problems and make decision based on the first principle. Analogy based thinking is making decisions and problem solving based on the stories of your past experience and someone else's past experience. First principle based thinking involves breaking the problems down to their absolute truth and then making decisions and building solutions based on that. People who do analogy based thinking are generally poor and miserable, and people who think based on the first principle are wealthy and successful. So, if we break down any coaching, consulting or services business to its first principle, it's all about just three and only three things: customer acquisition, value delivery, and operations. The first thing that we have to do is we have to figure out a way to get customers. Then we have to figure out a way to deliver value, that is our coaching or consulting. And finally, we have to ensure that customer acquisition and value delivery at scale does not get messed up. And this is nothing but operations. So what I found is when you try to do the three things that I have just mentioned, you will face 72 roadblocks, or in business term, it's called constraints, that is stopping you from making 20 lakhs per month. In this course, I have not only told you what those constraints are, but also given you the first principle solution for how to overcome them. Every video of the course will discuss a few constraints at a time, making it easier for me to shoot and also easier for you to consume as well. So I hope you are all geared up to start the course. Let's move ahead to the first video of phase 1. Welcome to the first video of the course. Let's begin with step 1 by defining your why. The first question you should ask yourself is why you want to start a coaching or consulting business. Why don't you do a regular job like everyone else? Why don't you join your family business like the rest of your family? Why don't you apply for some UPSC or top tier Ivy League college for your higher studies? Why do you want to leave all other options and start an online business instead? We need to get this clear and registered in your mind before starting anything. The reason you need to do this right now is because if you are determined to have your own business, then you can't just build a successful one by treating it like some sort of side project. If you want to be successful in this venture, then be prepared for a long game. And by long, I'm not talking about 5-6 months. This is something that you're going to have to do for years. That is why it's very crucial that you have a very solid reason to do this. Remember, building an online business is simple, but it is not easy. What has worked for me and my other successful client is to answer this question from the dark side. Let me explain. Whenever I go on consultation call with prospects and ask this question that why do you want to build a coaching business? Most of them say that they want to help people, they want to create an impact, and I want to do some sort of positive things. Now, I have a track record of all those coaches who started with us with such positive motivations and they quit within a year of doing this. But those who were motivated by negative reasons have never quit and have made a lot of money. When I started, I had recently quit a job and hated appearing for any competitive examination because it gave me anxiety. Making this business work was my one and only option, and that's what I did. So if you want to build a profitable and sustainable business, then instead of finding out the reason to start, find the reason not to quit and keep reminding yourself about it every single day. Now moving ahead to step 2, which is setting a financial goal. Arnold Schwarzenegger, in his most iconic speech ever, said that whenever you want to go somewhere and if you don't have a goal for wherever you want to go, you drift around everywhere and you go nowhere. I know you don't want to do that, do you? Hence, set up a goal. But why financial goal? Whenever a brand comes to Shark Tank, sharks always ask the founders what is their vision. And no founder has ever said that my goal is to make 1 crore per month for myself. They always give answers like I want to revolutionize this industry and create the most affordable Air Jordans and whatnot. But you and I both know, and even the sharks know, that it's just a marketing gimmick.
क्या कर रहा है यार तू? तो मजाक है क्या?
The real reason is money. Money is the number one motivator for both those who don't have money and those who have a lot of money. People who lack money see money as a tool that can help them fulfill their and their family's basic needs. For those who have money, it's all about how far they can push the goalpost while playing this money game that they are playing. In any case, I have found that the setting a financial goal is the best approach to business goal setting. So this is exactly what you are going to do as well. Set a revenue goal that you want to achieve for the next 1 year, then break it down into quarterly and monthly revenue goals. Let's move ahead to step 3, which is identifying the skill set. Now, this is the beauty of starting a coaching or a consulting business. You don't need an inventory. You don't need high amounts of real estate investment or setting up a manufacturing unit. You don't even need to hire hundreds of employees. You need only a laptop, a mobile phone with a camera, internet access, and a skill or knowledge that the market finds valuable. That's why the online coaching or consulting business is the easiest to start but most difficult to scale. But scaling is a conversation for later stage. For now, we are only talking about starting a business and then making 20 lakhs per month doing it. All you have to do right now is find out what skill or knowledge that you have that can be traded in exchange of money. And by money, I'm not talking about a couple of bucks. I'm talking about a lot of money. We are talking about high prices here. Most of the time, coaches who reach out to me already have skills or knowledge that the market finds valuable, but they struggle to identify those skills and knowledge, and most of the time, they are just confused. So I tell them to do this activity to identify the right skills that they have and can use to build their coaching or consulting business. Successful coaching or consulting business ideas often emerge from 3 primary sources: pain, profession, and passion. At K3, we call it 3P framework. The first P is pain. This refers to the personal pain that you have faced in the past and overcame. Now you can package the solution as coaching or consulting and sell it to people who are experiencing the same pain. The next P is profession. This refers to the skills or knowledge that you have acquired in your professional career as a working professional or even as a student that you can now package and sell as a coaching or consulting product. The final P is passion. This refers to the knowledge or skills that you have acquired because you are really passionate about something and you have spent hours and hours honing and perfecting the craft. And if people find your knowledge or skill around your passion valuable, you can package it in the form of a coaching or a consulting and sell it to the market in exchange of money. So here are the next steps for you. Do a simple evaluation based on all the possible ideas that you can start a coaching business around based on the 3P frameworks that we learned, and then start with the idea that excites you the most, is most viable according to your current circumstances, and will also be profitable. And congratulations, now you have an idea that you can build a coaching or consulting business around. Let's move ahead to the next step in the next video. Welcome to the second video on a free course about 72 steps to making 20 lakhs per month in your coaching business. We are just at step 4 and I am sure that you have already realized that it's just not a zero effort bullshit course. At this point, I would also like to mention that if you want to work one-on-one with me and my team to build your coaching or consulting business, then you can book a call with us by clicking the link somewhere down below. So moving on to the 4th step is finalizing the market. Now there are hundreds of different ways, hundreds of different business scholars have defined the market. But as per my understanding of the market, particularly for a coaching or a consulting business, it's simply a bunch of people with an identity who desire to move from their current miserable situation into a better dreamy situation, but they are not able to do so. At this stage, all you have to do is figure out the set of people who you love working with and can help them to move from their current miserable situation to desired dreamy situation that they want. Now there are few rules or checklists you can say that you need to take care of once you finalize the market. The first one is that the market that you select should have a buying power. That means they need to have the money to pay you. So no selling to the students or the unemployed or anyone who has to rely on someone else to make their buying decisions. The next criteria is that they should be easy to reach using popular marketing channels like social media, particularly on Facebook and Instagram, because that's what we are going to use to reach out to them. Next, the market should be growing. Think about all the wealthiest people throughout the ages. Bill Gates was the richest man when there was an IT boom and everybody wanted PCs. Jeff Bezos was the richest man when there was a boom in e-commerce and online shopping. And now Elon Musk is the richest man and he is in the electric car boom. Yes, obviously they all are talented entrepreneurs who probably know a lot more about business building than most people in the planet. However, one thing is common. All of them also had the advantage of building a business in a growing market. So pick a growing market. The final and the most crucial point is that they have to be in a lot of pain that they associate with their identity. The pain can be because of one big problem or a combination of bunch of problems that they are currently facing. But they must associate the pain with their identity. So for example, let's say that you want to build a consulting product for gym owners market. What is the one big pain that they associate with their identity? It's having an empty gym. So you can identify all the problems that is keeping a gym owner's gym empty, create a solution package and then sell it to them. So this is what you do next. Pick a market based on all the parameters that I just told you, and then you can move ahead to the next step. Step number 5 is problem research. At this step, what I want you to do is try to understand the problems of your market better than they understand it themselves. I'm talking about a situation where you can articulate their problems back to them in such a way that it feels terrifying that you know so much about them. And let me tell you why this step is essential. Most people have a misconception that a good business idea will magically come to them while they're sitting in a shower. That's not how it works. But if you find a group of people and study them for hours, why they are not able to get what they want, you will start finding out the problems. Really painful problems that people in your market, that is your potential client, will be willing to pay high price to get solved. The good news is you are building your business in internet era, where hundreds of people have already uploaded millions of pieces of content about every problem in every market. You don't need to pay tons and tons of money to survey agency like the old times. All you have to do is learn the art of using Google search, YouTube, ChatGPT and Perplexity.ai. One more thing you can do is take your contact list, Facebook friend list or Instagram followers and try to reach as many people as you can who you feel belong to your market. But more on that later. Now, once you have a good understanding of your market and its problem, it's time to proceed to step number 6. Step 6 is all about picking the solution delivery model. The solution delivery model is simply how you are going to deliver your coaching or consulting services. This is pretty straightforward, so let me just explain it to you quickly. There are only 3 ways you can deliver your service in a coaching or consulting model. The first is done for you, the second is done with you, and the third is do it yourself. Done for you is when you do everything for your client. This is usually the delivery method for online services business and for some of the coaching businesses as well. Done with you is when your client provides some aspect of the service and then you provide the rest. This is the ideal delivery model for most of the coaching or consulting businesses. Third is do it yourself. This is when you sell packaged information in the form of courses and your client has to go through all the information themselves and implement it. Each delivery model has its advantages and disadvantages. For example, the done for you model is easy to sell at high price, but it's very difficult to deliver. Whereas DIY is super easy to deliver, but very difficult to sell it at a high price. So do not overthink here. If you are a consultant or a service provider, then start with done for you and then try to move towards done with you. If you are a coach, then start with done with you and then try to add as many elements of do it yourself as you can without majorly impacting the value. And we are going to learn in detail how to do that. But for now, just pick a service delivery model. Here ends this video with step 6. Now we will go ahead with step 7 in the next video. Welcome to the third video of a course on 72 steps to making 20 lakhs per month in your coaching business. Without wasting any more time, let's dive into step 7, which is one of the most important steps of the entire course, creating a client journey hypothesis. In my 5 years of experience of working with coaches and consultants, I have found that this is the number one reason why most of the coaches and consultants are not able to charge high ticket prices. And trust me, if you do this step properly, you are already ahead of most of your competitors. Let me tell you why this is super important that you map out your entire customer journey. Recently, I went on a consultation call with the yoga trainer and I asked her, let's say that I am your client. I have made the payment. Now, how you are going to help me get the transformation that you promised? Walk me through your customer journey. I kid you not. This is what she said. I will put you in one of the WhatsApp groups where you will get the link to join the session, and then you can attend the session every single day from anywhere in the world. And I know that this can be the case with you as well, but that's okay. This is exactly why we are here. So the next thing that you have to do is to create a customer journey roadmap. Since you don't have any customer at this point, the customer journey roadmap that you will be creating is going to be a hypothetical one. Based on all the research that you have done so far, you have to create an entire customer journey for your clients on paper. Write down every single step that you will help your clients take, what are going to be the deliverables, and what outcome they can expect. Note down every single detail. I'm here talking about breaking down the customer journey to absolute T. Make sure that you create this document so well that even your team members on the front line can explain it to anyone. Even if you forget everything that I have taught so far and just focus on this one thing, you will be much ahead in your business than you currently are. And if you have no idea on how to do that and want my support and my team's guidance, then click the link somewhere down below and book a call with us right now. Moving ahead with step number 8, creating your offer. This is as important as creating a customer journey document. An offer is nothing but what you are promising to deliver to your prospect in exchange of money. Have you ever wondered why anyone makes any purchase in their life? It's because subconsciously we feel that whatever we are getting in exchange of the money that we are paying is much more valuable than the money itself. And the more valuable you can present your solution, the higher price you can charge for your coaching or consulting services. So make sure you create an offer so valuable that your prospect feel a little pain when they have to say no to you. And how can you do that? Ask yourself this question: how can I help my clients achieve their dream outcome faster, easier, and make the entire journey risk-free? That's it. While defining each and every step in your customer journey, you must repeatedly ask yourself this particular question. And after a while, you will have an offer so good that people will find difficult or stupid saying no to. And if you are really struggling with this particular step and want to go deep into understanding offer creation, then I would like to suggest you to read this book called $100 Million Offers by Alex Hormozi. It is one of the best book ever written on offer creation. Again, if you want complete handholding with this step and my support, then please don't hesitate to let me know. It's kind of a very important step. So if you need my help, then book a call with us by clicking the link in the description. Now let's move ahead with 9th and 10th step. Both the steps are pretty easy and straightforward. In step number 9, you have to create an offer brochure. Offer brochure is a document detailing the offer that you have created in a presentable form to streamline your sales process. You can start with a simple Google document where you have mentioned your promise, deliverables, and your pricing. Now, pricing is a very subjective concept and there are a lot of factors that can influence what price you can put to your offers. But since you are just beginning, I'll provide you with 2 simple thumb rules. The first is that if you have a rough idea of your target market's annual income, you can keep 10% of that income as the high ticket price for your product. So for example, if you're targeting working professionals making at least 10 lakh rupees per month, then a coaching or a consulting package worth 1 lakh can be considered as acceptable. The second thumb rule is that if you have an idea of how much your competitors charge, you can take an average of their prices and you can start with that. And since you are just starting out and have no proof that your solution can deliver results, you will offer massive discounts up to 50% on your current price for the first few clients, and you will slowly increase your prices as you start getting more and more customers. The 10th step is registering your business. If you are watching this course, then I am assuming that you are from India. So do a proprietorship registration for your business, get your GST and domain in your name, and get a bank account as soon as possible. Do not delay on this. It's absolutely not worth it. I have seen people unnecessarily delaying this and it just does not make any sense at all. Again, I'm saying don't think twice, just do it. So this ends the foundation part of your online coaching or consulting business. So far, what we have discussed are the must-haves for any online coaching or consulting business, without which you cannot even start a business in the first place, even if you want to. But What I am going to talk about in the next video of this phase will determine whether or not you will be successful or even survive in this business. And like I said, an online coaching and consulting business is a very simple business, but not an easy one. So let's get to it. Welcome to the fourth video of our course on 72 steps to making your first 20 lakhs per month in your coaching or consulting business. So I was working with this client who had rock solid foundation for his coaching business. And within only 10 days of onboarding him, we had everything set up and the ads campaign were live. He was getting very solid leads and appointments as well from day one. But somehow he was not able to close any sales. We all were very surprised as he had 10 plus years of enterprise sales experience. Also, my co-founder Nida herself trained him for sales and she is one of the best sales trainer in the country. But somehow he was just not able to close the deal. And I was not able to figure out why that was happening. Then I asked him one day to record his sales call and we all decided to analyze how he conduct those calls. And there we saw the problem. He believed that because of his credibility, people who attended his sales call would be pre-sold to what he was selling and would buy immediately. He developed that mindset because he looked up to other coaches in his niche who were making these types of sales from the same appointments. But he forgot to notice one simple thing. The coaches he was looking up to had 10 to 15 years of industry experience, whereas his experience was in a different field. In his new coaching venture, he was still a beginner. So he couldn't expect clients to come to him. He had to chase the clients in the beginning like every other beginner coach. Once we were able to change this particular mindset, and trust me, it took a lot of one-on-one mindset training, he started closing deals left, right and center. So what is my purpose telling you all this? If you are not able to hit the financial goals that you have set up in your business, no matter how much experience or credibility you hold, no matter how much value you provide in your coaching or your consulting, or no matter how much good your ads and funnels are, then 9 out of 10 chances are this might be the reason why you are not able to do so. Write this down somewhere. You can read every time you ask yourself why you are not successful while others are. You don't achieve a goal, you achieve an identity. And through the achievement of an identity, the achievement of the goal happens. You don't make 10 lakh rupees per month. You become a person who is capable of making 10 lakh rupees per month. You don't make 50 lakh rupees per month. You become a person who is capable of making 50 lakh rupees per month. So in order to make 5, 10, 20, 30 lakhs or whatever amount of money you have set your financial goal, you have to leave your current identity which prevents you from making that much amount of money that you want to make, and you have to attain an entirely new identity. The identity of a person who is capable of making the money that you want to make. You have to start doing things you have never done before. You have to solve problems that you have never encountered before. You will be forced out of your comfort zone. The universe will test you in ways you have never been tested before, and you have to be mentally prepared if you don't want to fail. So, how can you attain a new and better identity? There are 3 things that define any person's identity. Number 1 is their beliefs. Number 2 is their skill set. And number 3 other character traits. So if you want to become a person who is making 20 lakhs a month, you have to have the beliefs of a person who is making 20 lakhs a month. You have to have the skill sets of the person who is making 20 lakhs per month. And you have to have character traits of a person who is making 20 lakhs a month. And all these things are different for different industries. A yoga trainer making 20 lakhs per month requires a completely different set of skills, beliefs and character traits than an image consultant making 20 lakhs per month. For our clients who have enrolled in any of our programs, we provide custom consultations on what kind of beliefs, skills and character traits are required to achieve whatever financial goals they have set for themselves. And we have experience working with clients across varied industries, so we can provide you with such consultation. But if you want to know what you can do right now, then let's go into the step 11, which is learning how to do inversion thinking. I first came across this concept of inversion thinking from the great investor Charlie Munger. He said that in an interview that whenever he's facing some problem that he wants to be solved, instead of finding the solutions directly, he looks for the solution in reverse. For example, let's say that you want to have a successful relationship with your partner. So instead of asking what to do so that you can have a successful relationship, you ask yourself, how do I make sure that I have the worst relationship on planet Earth? Note that down and then do the exact opposite. It actually works because we humans are biologically designed to avoid problems rather than finding the solutions. So, your task is to use inversion thinking and apply it to step number 12, that is identifying your beliefs, the perceived truth that you have about yourself based on your past experience that are holding your growth, and then change them. Step number 13, that is identifying the skill set that you need to acquire to make 20 lakhs per month in your coaching business. A few skills are mandatory regardless of your industry, such as basic copywriting, sales, and public speaking. In addition to that, you should also conduct a deep analysis of your industry and identify the skills that you lack and that are hindering your growth, and then start working towards developing those skills. And finally, in step 14, that concerns your character traits, which are emotional, physical, and moral quality that defines a person. For example, patience is a quality that entrepreneurs need to develop, especially beginner entrepreneurs. Similarly, you must develop character traits like discipline, focus, physical fitness, etc., which are necessary for you to building a successful business. One very important thing: skills, beliefs, and character traits will keep on changing throughout your entrepreneurial journey, and you need to evaluate these from time to time, especially when you are stuck at certain income level and you are not able to get past that. Now let's move ahead to the next step, which is step number 15, sacrifices. Everyone wants to be successful in life, but very few are willing to pay the real price of success. The real price for success is how much you are willing to give up in order to achieve your dreams. So, if you really want to reach a revenue goal of 20 lakhs per month, you need to give up everything that prevents you from doing so. Look at your daily tasks or habits and ask yourself, does this help you reach your goal, or does this hold you back? If it helps, do more of it. If it holds you back, then get rid of it. Here are some of the things that you can eliminate right now. No spending time with friends or family on weekend. No doom scrolling on social media. No vices like alcohols, drug, and parties. No K-drama or pornography. Not going to the events and stupid meets and greets, and not going on unnecessary vacations. This will not be fun and this will not be easy. But if you are not willing to sacrifice, then you will fail. So either you can sacrifice for your goals or watch your goal become a sacrifice. With this, we come to an end of this very important video. As I repeatedly say, building an online coaching or consulting business is simple but not easy. Now you understand why I said that. See you in the next video. Welcome to the fifth video of our course on 72 steps to making 12 lakh per month in your coaching or consulting business. So far, we have worked on building the right foundations for your coaching business and have become the person who deserves to earn 20 lakh rupees per month. If not 100%, then at least we have taken some right steps toward building the 20 lakhs per month mindset. Now, we will go ahead with step number 16, that is solution research. In the fifth step, we discuss in detail about finding the right problems for your target market. Now, once we have finalized a few problems that we want to build our coaching or consulting business around, the next step is to build the best solution for those problems. This is going to be at the core of your business. Your entire business is going to rest on your ability to create solutions for the problem that you have finalized in the problem research phase. You have to sit with every problem for a very, very long time till you find tentative solutions for all those problems. So this step is similar to what we did in problem research. We will thank our fate that we are building a business in internet era where much of the information is available for free online or for a very low price. So we are going to use all the search engines such as Google, YouTube, Perplexity to their maximum capacity. You are going to devour multiple articles and YouTube videos that people have created on the solutions to the problems you have decided to solve for your target market. You can also take the help of large language models like ChatGPT and Claude at this particular step. What you will be looking for is a pattern repeated in all the solutions multiple people have given in all these places. Note that pattern in a structured format the way you did in step number 6, that is your client journey hypothesis. Feel free to modify that if you want, because now you have a better understanding of the solution. And now in the next step, I will tell you how you can take the solution research to one step further. I used to do this during my agency days, and to this day, I believe it is one of the most important reasons why my clients' marketing campaigns, which I designed, consistently outperformed their competitors. I call it immersing yourself in your customer's shoes. And let me not just give you the theory, but also the tactical steps. So what you have to do is you have to create a fake online identity as if you are your own customer. You have to create a new Google account, a new YouTube account, a Facebook account, and an Instagram account. And you have to behave the way your client will behave online. Search for the queries your client will search for. Like the posts that your client will like. Watch the YouTube videos that your clients will watch. In short, you have to put yourself in your client's metaphorical online shoes. The next thing you'll see is algorithm gods showering you with all the content recommendations and ads that are suitable for your clients. And you will get the inspiration that you would have never gotten otherwise. And this will also be helpful in our next step, which is step number 18, competitor research. Have you ever read or heard about this book called Steal Like an Artist? This is exactly what you have to do. Let me tell you one thing. No product in the world, whether it is a physical product or services or any sort of art piece that you see, is 100% original. There is always some inspiration or some creative liberties taken, no matter what it is. And you also have to do the same if you want to fast track your solution creation process. So once you start getting ads on Instagram, YouTube, or even organic content from your direct competitors, you can start checking their landing pages, their video sales letters, their lead magnets, subscribe to their newsletters, or even purchase their courses if you can. You have to note down what their strengths and weaknesses are, what messaging they are using to promote their offers, and most importantly, how you can position yourself uniquely among them. Pro tip: just buy all the similar courses you can on platforms like Udemy, Skillset, and Coursera, and you will get a very good understanding of what kind of solutions you can offer. As I said, solution research is the most important thing that can make or break your business. And that is the reason why we are putting so much effort into this step. But whatever we have done so far, most people can do that. If you want to be the best and reach to the top quickly, you have to do things very few are willing to do. So in the next step, that is step number 19, we are going to do something that most new coaches don't do because they say that it requires too much effort or they fear that they may face too much rejection. And that's where you are going to stand apart because you are not afraid of either putting in too much effort or facing too much rejection. So what you have to do is reach out to the people who are successful case studies of your competitors and convince them to do an interview with you. There's a high chance that your competitors are using testimonials of their successful case studies to market their business. You have to reach out to every single one of them in whatever way you can and convince them to schedule a one-on-one session with you or an interview with you. During the interview, you can ask them questions that will help you to build a product that will outperform your competitor. This can include questions such as what they like most about your competitors or what they dislike the most about your competitor and what they wanted different. Ultimately, your goal is to create an optimal solution with a higher success rate than anyone else in the market. And doing a competitor's client interview will definitely help you do that. Once you have done a minimum of 10 to 15 such interviews, it's time to add your own unique flavor to the solution. In the next step, that is step number 20, I'm going to tell you something that no one else is telling you in this industry. Let's say that after doing all this research and client interviews, you are able to come up with a solution that can actually solve your target market's problem. And now you think, as Himanshu said, if I go to the market with this particular solution, the market will shower me with lots and lots of love and money. Sorry to break it to you, but that is not going to happen. Yes, even if you have done so much research and probably you have the best solution in the market, people will still not buy your products. And this is because you have not given them a reason to choose your solution over other solutions that are currently available in the market. If your solution is similar to all other solutions in the market, people will compare your solution to your competitors and they will go for someone who is offering at the lowest price. So how do you make sure that it doesn't happen? You need to add your unique flavor to the dish that you are serving. And the best way I have found to do that is by using an interdisciplinary approach. When I started as a copywriter in my agency, it didn't take much time for me to write ads that outperformed those of other copywriters. Not because I was gifted with some sort of copywriting boon. It was because I wanted to be a stand-up comedian before COVID and I used to write jokes. The day I wrote the first material that I was supposed to perform in an open mic, lockdown happens throughout the country. It was during the first lockdown that I took copywriting and advertising seriously seriously and started spending time learning and mastering the skill. Before that, all I used to do was learn how to write jokes. And let me tell you, copywriting and joke writing is kind of a lot of similar. Just like a good copy, a joke should be short and precise without unnecessary fluff and is meant to provoke laughter from the listener. And because I have spent a significant amount of time learning and mastering that, not only my ads were funny, but also used to perform a lot better than others. As you can see, my knowledge of marketing and advertising was not the only thing that contributed to such amazing campaigns. It was a combination of joke writing and advertising skills that were the reason behind the success. I have seen that pattern repeat repeatedly, not only in my journey, but with also multiple successful people in different industries. So this is what you have to do. Think of your skills, talent, and knowledge that are not related to the solution that you're providing, and see if you can combine them with your current solution to create a unique one. When we talk about uniqueness, we need to incorporate it not only to the solution but also to the marketing. To do that, we must move into the next step, that is step number 21, crafting your unique mechanism. Now, when I tell people that you have to offer something unique, I hear this most of the time. Okay, calm down, Tiger. I'm not saying that you have to create something scientifically unique. Remember, we are talking about building lifestyle businesses here, and there is nothing scientifically unique about any of them. So what I'm saying when I say unique mechanism, let's say that you yourself have gone through the transformation that you are selling as a solution to other people who are at the stage now where you were before your transformation. You have tried multiple things, listened to various people, and brought numerous courses and coaching programs. And then an amalgamation of all this must have been responsible for your transformation. Now, when you are creating a solution for your business, you are going to add things from your experience, your market research, and also from your interdisciplinary knowledge. So all you have to do right now is give your approach a unique and catchy name and write an incredible story that you can tell again and again to establish its credibility. That's how you create a unique mechanism for a coaching or a consulting business. And the last step in this phase is also related to solution building, which is called building a minimum viable product or MVP. This is very straightforward. Minimum viable product or MVP is a term usually used in software industry when they talk about building a prototype. The MVP concept states that instead of investing heavily in building the best product in the beginning, the best approach is to build a product in cheapest, quickest, and easiest way and deploy it in the market. And based on users' feedback and response, work on improving the product. It's the same thing we have to do with our coaching and consulting products. You have to figure out how to develop your product in cheapest, quickest, and easiest way, and then based on your market's response, make the necessary changes. This is exactly what I did when I was building my product, and this is what I tell my clients to do as well. To build a minimum viable product, I prefer free Google tools such as Google Drive, YouTube, Google Documents, Google Sheets, and Google Slides. But you can go ahead with any free tool of your choice. This is the end of this video and the phase 1 of 72 steps to build your coaching and consulting business. I hope you are enjoying the course so far, and you must have realized by now that it's not just a free course that I have created just for its sake of creating. I have poured my entire 5 years of experience here, and it's probably more valuable than all the paid courses that you have purchased. Now, if you want my personal attention and handholding throughout all these steps and some practical frameworks to execute everything that we have learned so far, I encourage you to book a call with us by clicking the link somewhere down below. With that, now it's time to move ahead to phase 2. I'm repeating the warning again. Make sure that you complete all the steps in phase 1 before starting phase 2. It may not be in the order that I suggested, but make sure that you don't skip any before starting the second phase. So see you. Welcome to the 6th video of our course on 72 steps for making 20 lakhs per month in your coaching and consulting business. With this video, we are starting the second phase, which is all about business development. In the last phase, your focus was mainly on product development. In this phase, you will still be working on improving the current product, but you'll focus only 20% on it. The rest 80% focus will be on building an amazing customer acquisition system. This means we are going to be focusing on money generating activities like marketing and sales. With that clear, let's begin step 23, which is learning the fundamentals of marketing and advertising. I believe that marketing and advertising are some of the fundamental skills that every online coach or consultant must learn at some point. Now, you don't need to become a top marketer. Just learn enough to get started and understand where you're going wrong as you move forward. But if we go to the first principles, marketing is nothing but making noise about your product or service in front of your potential customers. And to do that efficiently, you need to learn about the fundamentals of marketing, such as mass desire, consumer psychology, market awareness, market sophistication, identity marketing, and mechanism marketing. What I would recommend you is that you read this book called Breakthrough Advertising by Eugene Schwartz 2 to 3 times before doing any sort of marketing activity for your business. And if you want to learn the fundamentals of online marketing from me, you can book a call with us and see if you can collaborate with us in future, because as of now I spend most of the time in this particular area of my business, and I also have like over 5 years of marketing experience as of now. So you can book a call with us by clicking the link in somewhere down below. Now moving on to the next step number 24, that is online presence creation. So recently I had a call with this prospect who is a coach. She is in her late 40s with I don't know how many years of corporate experience, but now she wants to start a life coaching business. She has completed a lot of life coaching modalities and now she wants to use her knowledge to help other people. But there is just one problem. And due to this problem, she will never be able to get even one single client for her coaching program. She actually doesn't want to come in front of the camera and have an online presence as a life coach. She is afraid of what her friends, family, and most importantly, her current employer will think if they see her video. Then I asked her this one simple question. Why did you book a call with me? She said, because I feel that you can help build my coaching business. And then I asked, why do you feel that I can help you do that? She said, I saw your testimonials, your Instagram and LinkedIn profile, and it felt like you knew what you're talking about. So she herself went through the journey of seeing my ad, watching all my content that are posted on social media, and then booking a call with me with a buying mindset. But when I asked her if she would do the same for her business, she had many mental blocks. See, your social media profiles act a lot like digital shops that you can open at zero investment. It helps build trust among your prospect, and it also helps you build your credibility online. And with all these online scams that are happening in the country today, creating an online presence is no longer optional. It is as essential as doing anything else that I have suggested so far. So, here's what your next task is going to be. Create and optimize your profile on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and if possible on YouTube, because nothing builds credibility like YouTube videos. Now, creating an online presence is one thing, but using it to generate business for your coaching business is a whole different ballgame. And this is precisely what you have to do in your next step, which is step number 25, that is understanding your marketing channel. A marketing channel is any online platform where your target market is already spending their time and you can use it to market your products and services. For most coaches and consultants, the ideal marketing channel will be social media profiles like Facebook, Instagram, or LinkedIn. Or it can be search platforms like Google or YouTube. Or it can be message platforms like email and DM. Whichever marketing channel you choose, you have to pick one to begin with, and ideally it will be where you have created your online presence. Then you have to thoroughly study how to use that channel to generate initial clients for your business without spending any amount of money or a very small amount of money. Now, most people make the mistakes of going omnipresent with their marketing at this stage and start doing everything. They start running Facebook and Google ads, create YouTube videos, Instagram, LinkedIn content, then they send cold emails and they do everything else because they heard some guru telling them to become omnipresent. There is nothing wrong with omnipresent marketing. It's just that now is not the right time for it. At this stage, you already have too much on your plate. You are the one who will be creating and delivering your product, generating leads, and closing the deals. On top of that, you will have to deal with all the miscellaneous mumbo jumbo that comes along with building a business. And by the very nature of your business, no matter what you do, the company will be centered around you and only you. So no matter how tempted you feel to do the omni-channel marketing just because your North Star coach does it for their business, stick to one and only one channel. I've made this mistake again and again and learned my lesson. And if you don't want to waste your time and money, then listen to what I'm saying. This brings us to the next step, which is step number 26, warm outreach. So warm outreach is the quickest and the most effective way to acquire your beta clients or your first 5 customers. Warm outreach is promoting your offers to people who already know you, such as your friends, families, followers, and your existing customers. I know you might be thinking that my friends or my family, they are not my ideal audience. Plus, I have not talked to some of them for years. Now listen to me. Now, You are going to do it if you want to build a super successful business. No matter how long you have not talked to it, you are going to reach out to them. I have done it, and I have met anyone who has asked me how to attract customers without running ads. I have told them to do the same. So it may have taken you 20 years to send your first warm outreach message, but it will take you 20 seconds to send the second one. So stop giving excuses and start taking action, and I promise you, you are not going to die doing that. But I can understand what you're thinking. How can your first message to a long-time Facebook friend should be about your coaching or consulting program? Don't worry, it's not going to be like that. So here's what you're going to do. List all the people you can contact by phone, social media followers, emails, and Facebook friends. Basically, anyone you can message upfront. Then send the first message or start the phone conversation by saying something good about their life. After that, you can follow the ACA strategy, where A stands for ask. After having some initial conversation, you can ask some questions about their life which is related to your offer. For example, let's say that you are selling fitness offers. So you can ask, hey Neha, sitting in just one place and working for hours, don't you feel back pain? How do you take care of your health these days? Then C stands for compliment. You can say something like, at least you are taking walks in the middle. I know people who just sit in one chair for 8 hours straight without any movement. Do you know it's worse than smoking cigarettes? The next A stands for ask. Here you have to ask if they are interested in working with you, but you have to be very clever so that it does not sound salesy. So you can go for do you know anyone strategy. So in our example, we can ask, this is something that a lot of people are going through and I have decided to do something about it. I am looking for 5 working professionals for my Fitness for Working Professionals program that I am creating, and I'm going to do it for a super discounted price. Do you know some of your friends or your colleagues who might be interested in this? If you do it this way, you won't feel ashamed to ask directly, and if someone is interested, then they will tell you upfront. And this is just one example. Obviously, your warm outreach process will need to be modified according to the nature of your list and your business as well. And in the end, it's all about learning the art of having conversation. And let me just tell you, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are multiple ways to do warm outreach, which we have implemented in our business as well as in our clients' businesses. And some of them have recovered more than they have invested in us before even running any ads. Yes, it's that powerful. But warm outreach has its limitations, and if you are smart enough, you might have already guessed it. Soon, you will exhaust your lists of all your warm contacts. And I hope in the process of doing so, you have landed at least 5 beta clients. But now, to get your next set of clients, the clients who can actually pay you a full price, you need to increase the pool of your warm audience. And the best way to do that is by creating content, which is our next step, that is step number 27. For any knowledge or expertise based business, content creation is no more than a boon that is bestowed upon us by internet overlords. It has democratized media creation and advertisement and brought a much needed revolution in the world of business. Think about it. How cool is it that in today's day and age, anyone with a smartphone and creativity can just create their own show, and if it's good, they can get millions and billions of viewers to watch that. Not only that, you can create an advertisement to promote your business and show it to anyone, anywhere in the world, and they may buy whatever you're selling. Just think about it. What you can do sitting at your laptop now was previously only accessible to big media houses with huge budgets. So consider yourself very, very lucky. Think of it like this. If you are not creating content regularly for your business, you are not only doing a disservice to yourself and your business, but doing a disservice to humanity. So, no matter in what stage you are in your business, start creating content. Now, most people make the mistake of going after vanity metrics like followers, views while creating content. That should not be the metric you should be optimizing for at this stage. At this stage, the new eyeballs you'll receive are from either outreach attempts or through paid ads. The job of content at this stage should ideally be to make sales easier. Just imagine that before any sales call, your prospect has consumed everything that you have created online. How easy it would be to convert those deals. And this is what we need our content to do for our business. So the next step is to create more content that can handle any sales objection that your prospect may have. And this is what you have to do in order to make sure that happens. Go back to your offer brochure that you have created and list down every milestone as a content pillar. Then go ahead and write as many frequently asked questions as you can around each content pillar. These are going to be your core content ideas. Then simply start creating content to answer those questions. It is as simple as that. You don't need it to be more complicated than that at this stage. So here's what you have to do. Create content pillars based on the modules or steps that you have created in your coaching program. Write a minimum of 15 frequently asked questions for each of those content pillars. Start creating videos to answer those questions based on your expertise and then upload them to Instagram. You don't need a DSLR camera and James Cameron level editing style at this stage. Just make sure that your content is valuable and you offer a unique perspective to your target audience. Make sure you upload at least one video every single day on Instagram, because I feel that for most of you, Instagram will be your go-to marketing platform. And trust me, after a few days, not only your sales call will convert, but you will also be able to getting more and more warm audience whom you can reach out to sell your offers. With this, we come to an end of this video, and if you do whatever I have told you in this video properly, you will start getting quality appointments for your business without spending any money on ads. This is good enough to get a few beta clients and get started. And let me tell you one more thing. One of our clients, they were able to scale their business to over 1 crore in a year by doing just this. No paid ads or any complicated sales funnel, just building new warm audience list through content marketing and reaching out to them to book appointments. So think about it. Even if you can do only this, you can build a business that will earn over 1 crore in 1 year. See you in the next video. Welcome to the 7th video of our course on 72 steps to making 20 lakhs per month in your coaching business. We're now at the 28th step in our journey, and I would like to introduce a very simple yet very important concept. As you may recall from the last video, I mentioned about the clients who earned over 1 crore without spending anything on ads. The advice that I gave them is the same advice that I gave to everyone. Content creation and warm outreach are the best options if you don't have a lot of money to spend on ads and still want to attract high ticket clients. But why is it that only they were able to make such substantial amount of money while others were not able to do so? What was their secret sauce? It was volume. And trust me, there is nothing secret about it. Initially, they had limited funds to spend on advertising and they were unfamiliar with the concept of low budget ads. They secured a few initial clients through warm outreach and gained a following by creating some engaging content. So they were just repeating the same 2 activities every single day to get clients. And they did them in insane volume. And that's why they were able to close deals worth 1 crore without spending in ads. Step number 28 is about marketing volume. Here, I present you with the 2 rules that you need to follow if you want incredible results. In marketing volume, you are going to do the exact same thing what my clients did: content creation and warm outreach. But you will do that in high volume. You are not going to get distracted by 10 different gurus selling you 10 different funnels and traffic strategies. Because trust me, once you do it in volume and you make it a part of your daily routine, it is going to help you a ton in the long run by even amplifying the results of your ad campaign. Just follow these 2 rules here. Rule number 1 is known as rule of 100. This is the rule that I follow to master any skill. Once you understand any concept, what you need to do is you have to complete 100 units of that thing within a limited period of time until you get it right. In step number 27, once you have started the content creation, you don't have to stop until you have created 100 pieces of content. You will follow the instructions I described in step number 27 and without getting distracted, create 100 units of content. And make sure that your next piece of content is better than your previous one. Similarly, you have to repeat warm outreach 100 times before even you think of considering some other way to get clients. You have to repeat everything that I have explained in step number 26 100 times and try to improve upon it. That's rule number 1 for you. Rule number 2 is known as 4-hour advertising rule. So make this a rule. No matter what happens, no matter how many clients you get, you will dedicate 4 hours every single day in advertising your coaching or consulting business. And this rule also applies to content creation, warm outreach, paid ads, cold calling, or any other method of generating traffic. For now, regardless of what circumstances are there, you will set aside 4 hours every single day to complete all the tasks outlined in step number 26 and 27 without fail. And why 4 hours? At this stage, you may have a few clients or you may not have any clients at all. You have nothing much to do anyway. So you can even give at least 8 to 10 hours doing this. Trust me, if you take this step seriously and apply a little common sense and avoid distractions, you will easily be able to start getting 3 to 4 appointments every single day. But getting appointments does not mean you'll start making money. These are the individuals who have just shown interest in your offers. You need to learn the art to convert these appointments into paid customers. For that, you will need to learn how to sell. And this is exactly what we are going to do in the next few steps. In the next step, which is step number 29, we will learn about fundamentals of sales. Now, let me tell you one fundamental truth about building, growing, and scaling any businesses. Particularly if you are building a business in a coaching or consulting sector. No business can survive without selling something to someone. If you are a founder of a small lifestyle-based business, you are the salesperson whether you like it or not. If you are creating content, then you're selling people the idea that your content is valuable. If you're doing outreach, then you are selling people idea that the appointments are going to be helpful. If you're hiring someone, then you are selling your employee a better work opportunity. In short, if you want to build a business or in general grow in life, you can't escape sales. So instead of ignoring or stalling it, might as well learn how to do that. Now, there are different ways different people approach sales, but the approach that I like to follow is called consultative selling. I don't believe in pushy snake oil salesman strategy. Instead, I believe in ethical selling, where we help people decide for themselves whether what we provide is going to be the most suitable solution for their problems or not. Now again, this is a very big topic that can't be covered in just one video or even in one course. So I would recommend you to watch this 4-hour long video by Alex Hormozi. It has everything that you need to know to learn about ethical sales. But if you want to learn this one-on-one from my co-founder Nida, who by the way is the best salesperson and sales trainer in the country in this particular industry, then you can book one-on-one consultation call with us by clicking the link in the description. With this, we come to an end of this video. At this point, I have just one request for all of you watching. Please just don't watch this video for entertainment purposes. I have put a lot of effort into creating this course and I have structured it in a very clear format. I've also shared the best resources that I know with you. So implement everything that you have learned from this video and this course into your business. It has helped so many of my clients and it will help you as well. See you in the next video. Welcome to the 8th video of our course on 72 steps to making 20 lakhs per month in your coaching business. In this video, we are going to delve deeper into sales. Particularly, we are going to discuss how you can become a better salesperson. As we have already established that as an entrepreneur, you cannot escape sales. So just learn to sharpen the axe. We will also discuss a simple system that you can set up to make your call booking process easier and more effective. Now, I assume that you have already watched the Alex Hormozi video that I suggested in my last video. But if you have not done that, then you are making a big mistake. Go ahead, watch the video. Learn what he teaches and get ready to implement everything in your business very soon. We're now at step number 30, and in this step, we'll work on making you become familiar with high ticket sales call environment before even going into an actual sales call. Those who watch cricket might know that before any match, players engage in extensive net practice and become familiar with the pitch. Have you ever wondered why they do that? It's because they want to become comfortable with the pitch and the playing conditions before even bowling or batting a single ball, and also to avoid getting anxious during the real game. You have to do exactly that. Step number 30 involves watching live sales call recording and participating in role plays. There are so many generous people on the internet who have uploaded their entire sales call recordings on YouTube. They've shared calls where they have closed the deals, as well as they have shared the calls where they have made mistakes. So all you have to do right now is to consume 8 to 10 such recordings. See what strategies that they are using, what questions they are asking, how are they handling objections, what is their body language, what is their tone. Watch until you get used to conducting sales calls even before conducting a single sales call. The next thing you can do right now, or you can do this even after step number 35, that is role plays. Do you know there are some institutes who provide mock interviews as a service to those who want to appear for crucial interviews in their careers? They have mock interviews for UPSC exams, job application, college interviews, and even for visa applications. People buy these services to do a little net practice before playing the real match. I recommend that you do this before the sales call as well. Find someone who will play the role of your prospect, who is interested in your offer, and it gives you all kind of objection that you are going to handle on the call. Do as many mock call role plays as possible with different people, and it will help you improve your sales process even further. We will talk a few more things about improving the sales process, but first we have to complete step number 31 and 32 very quickly. Both are technical steps and they don't require much explanation. Step number 31 is having an appointment booking software in place. Its job is to ensure that the appointments are being booked and reflected in yours as well as your prospect's calendar, and that both of you get notifications about the appointment. You can use the most popular tool for this called Calendly for now. If you ask me, we use this all-in-one tool called Go High Level for this. It has a lot more features, from sales funnel to email marketing to SMS marketing software, all embedded in this just one tool. It also has its own appointment booking system that is integrated with WhatsApp and email automations. But for now, if you want to use a cost-effective tool, then you can use Calendly and manually send WhatsApp and email messages. Step number 32 is having a payment collection system in place. If your target audience is in India, then most of your clients will prefer to pay via UPI or do a direct bank transfer. However, some may prefer paying through credit card also, for which you will need a payment gateway. I've been using Razorpay to collect payment from Indian clients and Stripe to collect payment from international clients. They worked fine for me, so I would recommend you also to use them as well. But if you're open to exploring other options, there is no hard and fast rule to use these tools that I recommend. I'm just sharing what I am using. No one is sponsoring me to promote them. Let's move ahead with the steps number 33, 34 and 35, which is all about improving the sales process. As I said in step number 30, sales is a vast, never-ending topic. So no matter how much you learn about sales, you will discover there is new things to learn every single day. But if we break down sales process to its first principles, it comes down to three things. Number one is line of questioning. Number two is pitch, and number three is objection handling. And this is what you have to do in step number 33, 34 and 35. Step 33 is preparing a line of questioning for your sales process. A line of questioning is simply a series of questions that you must ask during a sales call. Just imagine acting like a lawyer and having a list of questions to ask, determining whether the prospect is right fit for your offer or not, and also creating a desire to work with you. Now, I cannot give you a list of questions that will work for your business because it's different for different businesses. But generally, the structure goes like this. It starts with introduction. You know, the basics where you get to know the person and make them comfortable. Then you ask a bunch of questions about their current situation. Specifically, you ask questions to explore the issues that your prospects is currently facing and they are seeking solution for. And as a salesperson, you should be aware of these problems. You must have done enough research on your target market that these problems should not appear as new problems, or else you'll lose the deal. Your job is to ask questions that helps your prospect understand the severity of their situation as much as you do. The conversation that you are about to have with your prospect will be uncomfortable, and this is exactly how it should be. When someone talks in excruciating details about their problem, it is painful and it hurts. The reason we want to do this is because the only reason someone buys anything or most of the things is because they are experiencing this pain and they want to go away from the pain. And helping them understand the pain and the severity of the pain will help them make this decision more quickly. The next set of questions is going to be about their desired situation. Here, you are going to ask a bunch of questions that will make them imagine how their lives will be once the problem is solved. This is called future pacing. Future pacing in sales is when you get someone imagine how dreamy their life is going to be after they get rid of all the problems. And the best salesperson has the ability to convince others that the desired situation can be achieved only through their product. One more thing you have to keep in mind while drafting all these questions is emotional wrapping. Emotional wrapping is nothing but articulating your questions in such a manner that it triggers pain when you're discussing a prospect's current situation, and when you're questioning about their desired situation, it should trigger desire. A line of questioning should take your prospects on a mental journey away from pain and towards desire. Step number 34 is pitch. This is when you pitch your offer using the brochure that we created in step number 9. Now here's the interesting thing about pitch. People have this misconception that pitch is the most important part of sales and you need to have long pitches explaining everything that you do. You would be surprised to know that all of the sales calls that converted for us had a pitch of no more than 5 minutes. And there's a reason why we do it in this way. A great salesperson never sells a product or service. They sell a dream. They sell outcomes. You have to sell a future state that is achieved only through your product and service. Now, if you extend your pitch too long, explaining everything, you will rob your prospect opportunity to express their actual concern. But if you keep the pitch short, your prospects will ask you the question that concerns them, and then you will be able to handle each and every one individually. If you keep on pitching your product and why it is best suited for solving your prospect's problem, you can go on for hours. I know I can. But the truth is, what stops someone from taking an action in a sales call is an overload of information. There are only a few areas of concern that your prospects might have, and that also may vary from prospect to prospect. So keep the pitch very vague and high level, and there is absolutely no need to explain every single detail of your product in the pitch. Moving on to step number 35, which is objection handling. Towards the end of the sales call, just before the close, mostly after you tell the price, people are going to put in front of you the objections. Now there are 3 broad buckets where you can put the objections into. Number 1, it's too expensive. Number 2, I need to talk to someone and then get back, maybe to a husband or a wife. Number 3, I need time to think about it. And there are a lot more that can vary from industry to industry and business to business. But these 3 are the most common objection for all industries. Now there are several different variables here where the conversation can go depending upon your industry, your market and your product. So in this video, I will not discuss how to handle every objection in every coaching niches. This is something that you have to figure out by handling actual objections that people throw on sales calls. And for that, you have to regularly conduct sales calls. In our program, my co-founder personally analyzes your sales calls and give real-time feedback until you are able to handle most of the objection that comes on your way. But just because you are watching this video until now, I'm going to give you a list of 50 most common objections for any niche and how to handle them as a gift. You can scan the QR somewhere here on the screen and you will be able to access that. With this, we come to step number 36. Step number 36 is just like step number 28 but for sales. In step number 28, we discussed how you need to book appointments at volume and the 2 rules of perfecting marketing volume. Similarly, you have to take sales call at volume and follow the same 2 rules in creating a perfect sales process for your business. You need to take 100 sales call and dedicate 4 hours every day in the beginning to perfect the craft of getting people to pay for your offer. With this, we come to an end of this video. See you in the next video. Welcome to the 9th video of our course on 72 steps to make 20 lakhs per month in your coaching or consulting business. We are at the halfway of our journey to learning how to make 20 lakhs per month in your coaching or consulting business. If you have watched till here, congratulations. You're already ahead of most of the people with attention span worse than a goldfish. But if you really want to be on the top and make 20 lakhs rupees per month in your coaching or consulting business as quickly as possible, then you need to implement everything that I have taught to you in this course as soon as you can. Now, if you remember in the beginning of the course, I described in details about the first principle breakdown of any services business. There are 3 steps, which are customer acquisition, value delivery, and operations. Till now, we have already covered some aspects of customer acquisition and value delivery for your business. Those are the money generating activities in any business. But in the coming steps, I will tell you how you can create systems and build automation to help you scale customer acquisition and value delivery, which in turn will scale the revenue of your business. But as you scale the revenue of your business, the complexity in your business will also start scaling. And this is where business operations come into play. So let me just brush up your memory on how we define operations in a coaching, consulting, or a services business. Operation in any business, particularly in coaching or consulting business, is about acquiring customer and delivering value in a manner that business can sustain growth without collapse. So if you follow everything that I have taught so far and implement it in your business, you can easily make 3 to 5 lakhs per month in your business in any niche. What we will learn beyond this step will help you scale your business to 10, 15 and eventually to 20 lakhs per month. Some of my clients have even scaled to 40 to 50 lakhs per month following the same steps. So are you excited to get started? Let's go. Now before going ahead, I want to give you a heads up that some of the steps that I'm going to describe are what one categorizes as admin work. These are very simple tasks, easy to delegate to freshers and will not require much training. But structuring them is necessary if you want your business to run smoothly and give you space to work on needle moving activities. With that said, let's move ahead to step number 37, which is client contract creation. In this step, you must consult a lawyer and draft a document outlining the entire service delivery agreement between you and your client. It will have all the details about delivery, client confidentiality, terms of enrollment, plagiarism clause, start date, end date, guarantees, and everything. Most importantly, it will have you and your client's signature as an indicator of consent that both parties agree on the terms mentioned in the document. So you should mention anything and everything possible in this agreement that may lead to some sort of conflict in future. Actually, I don't want this happen to you, but for some reason, let's say that things go out of hand with one client and they go out of their way to harm your business. This contract will act as a cushion and ensure that you don't get injured in the fall. That's why it's important to have an ironclad contract in place and ensure that each client you onboard signs it. You can use ChatGPT to create the first draft of the agreement, but you should get it professionally verified by a lawyer before making it official. Now, moving ahead to step number 38, that is onboarding. Client onboarding has the reputation of being one of the most ignored steps in the entire value delivery process across all niches. A survey said that adding a proper onboarding process can actually increase the customer retention and loyalty by over 50%. And after adding a proper onboarding process in my business, I have observed a drastic change in customer satisfaction. I also experienced a significant reduction in the unnecessary calls and messages that I used to get when I didn't have an onboarding process. See, whether you are a coach, consultant, or any other type of service-based business, there is a period between when client pays you and when the meaningful work actually starts. A successful onboarding process ensures that this gap is shortened as much as possible. Now, most coaches and consultants at this stage complain that they don't have time for anything else because all their time is spent on client delivery. Even after hiring someone for customer support, clients complain that it is not the same experience as it was when it was just us. This happens because you do not have a proper onboarding process that teaches your clients how to be a good client. Yes, your clients need to be taught how to be good clients, and that too during onboarding. So if you are also facing the same issues in your business, this is how you do onboarding. Before starting anything, you need to have a one-on-one meeting with each of your clients. It doesn't matter whether you are selling a group program or a one-on-one program, but you have to do a one-on-one onboarding for your mid or high ticket offer. This task will be delegated as you scale in the future, but for now, you are the only one who has to do it. Here's what you are going to discuss in the call. The first thing is you get familiar with your client's background and challenges. Listen to their story and you have to empathize with their pain. Let them know that you understand their suffering and you are 100% dedicated to helping them move past that. The second thing is goal setting. You need to set goals for every milestone during onboarding call only. Remember in step 7, we discussed about creating a client journey hypothesis. After working with some beta client, you must have refined the entire client journey and finalized the milestones. So what you have to do next is set a tentative date for every milestone achievement for the client that you are onboarding. Third step is to teach them how to access resources. In the beginning, you can use Google's free tools such as Google Drive, Docs, and YouTube for that, but you have to tell them how they can access that. The next is you have to tell them the protocols for communication. You have to tell them who and how to contact someone in case they need support. Make sure you mention the do's, but more importantly, you clearly have to mention the don'ts. It's very, very important. And finally, you have to share your values so that they develop a deeper connection with you and your cause. So these are the essential onboarding steps that you need to set up for your small lifestyle-based coaching or consulting business if you want to minimize the customer support and customer satisfaction related issues. So this brings us to step number 39, which is live call cadence setup. This is pretty much straightforward, but a lot of people ignore it, which results in increasing business complexity. So what you need to do is you have to allocate the time for all the live sessions that you are going to hold with your clients and with your team, such as onboarding, support sessions, and team meetings, etc. It's better to set a cadence or a frequency for those sessions and block your calendar accordingly. Do not ignore this. The time spent in meetings, particularly the unplanned meetings, will feel like a total waste of time for you as you scale. So try to reduce the time wasted in meetings by setting them up weeks in advance. Step number 40 is customer support channel setup. So this is also pretty simple and straightforward. So you need to set up a communication channel to connect with your customer, and it should not be your personal WhatsApp or personal phone number. Let's say that you want to provide support through WhatsApp channel, then you should buy a separate number, not your personal number. But you can also use Slack and Discord as a communication channel. Whatever you select, just make sure that you are communicating using that channel and that channel only. Also, during onboarding, you have to educate your client about your communication channel and give them strict guidelines about using only that. Step number 41 is setting up a basic project management system. As you get more than 2-3 clients, it may become difficult for you to keep a track of exactly where they are in their customer journey, both for you and for your clients. Also, it will unnecessarily increase the back and forth communication and make customer support difficult. Furthermore, your clients may be confused about what to do next, and even though you may have told them to communicate in the communication channel, people still hesitate to ask doubts. This will unnecessarily increase the entire program duration. To avoid that, you need to have a basic project management system in place. You can begin with any free software like Asana or Trello, but to be honest, when I was in that stage, all I used for project management was Google Sheets and Google Documents. I like to keep things simple initially. I don't want the burden of teaching new tools to clients initially and want to work with tools that people are familiar with. This may be a simple and straightforward task, but please do not ignore this. It will help you drastically decrease the duration of customer transformation and increase customer success rate. Now let's move ahead to step number 42 and 43. Both of these steps involve further systemizing your client delivery, which will help you to increase the number of clients that you can take in your business. Step number 42 is all about having a session recording system in place, because as you have more and more sessions with your clients, you need to manage all those session recordings. And speaking from experience, your clients can ask for any call recording anytime. Furthermore, you will be needing the recordings to train your team and click out some of the materials that you can use for marketing in the future. You can simply create a separate YouTube channel to upload all those recordings and keep them unlisted over there, and share that YouTube video link when someone asks for the recording. The next step, that is step number 43, is all about building a basic LMS system in place. The full form of LMS is Learning Management System. Basically, you'll need a place to store all your video trainings and assignments so that your clients can access them. There are so many good tools available nowadays that you can use for this, and some of them have a free plan as well. But my suggestion for you at this stage would be to keep things as simple as possible. So let me tell you about my first LMS. The first LMS that I created for my business that worked really well is made completely using Google Drive, Google Docs, and unlisted YouTube videos. Yes, that's right. So if you don't want to invest in any LMS software because you feel that you still need to make some changes to your product, then you can do what I did. The next step, that is step number 44, is basic finance tracking. So at this stage, all you have to do is track daily how much money is coming into your business and how much it is going out. And since there are so many variables around your pricing and your marketing, you need not examine the exact gross margin, net margin, or operational expenses, etc. Just a simple daily cash flow tracking is enough. At this point, I would also like to mention that if you want to play the long game, then you need to live a frugal life initially. Even though you might be making a lot of money and there must not be many expenses, you still have to live a frugal life and not spend much. Because as you scale, your expenses will also go up, and you need some emergency funds in case of bad month. And finally, we are at step number 45 and 46, which are the last two steps in phase 2. In step number 45, you have to connect with a good chartered accountant who will help you with your company registration and tax filing. I'm not an expert in this field, so I'm not going to advise you on which company type should you register, but I suggest getting this done as soon as possible. A lot of people just keep delaying this step for unknown reasons. You will need a company bank account to collect payments, and you might as well get this done. Step number 46 is money allocation. This is also pretty straightforward at this stage. You don't need MBA in finance to calculate the money allocation at this level. All you have to do is keep your business and your personal expenses separate. Make sure that all the expenses, including your salary that you are drawing, should not exceed 50%. You can do a back of the napkin math on how much money you need to allocate to which area of your business. But as I said, your business may have many variables at this stage, so your monthly expenses may vary. But just remember this rule: make sure your expenses do not go beyond 50% at this point. With this, we come to the end of this video and end of this phase as well. Next, we move to phase 3, where we will discuss how you can scale your business further by building and managing your team and creating the right systems. So see you soon in the next video. Bye-bye. Welcome to the 10th video of the course on 72 steps to making 20 lakh rupees per month in your coaching or consulting business. Now we are at the phase 3 of our journey. The phase 2, we talk mainly about increasing the efficiency of your customer acquisition process as well as admin and operational tasks that you have to do. If you follow everything that I told you to the T and only do that, you'll still be able to make 3 to 5 lakhs every month. And your margins are also going to be high because you don't have much expense at this point. So you should keep on doing this till you have a solid proof that your solution works. Now you must be asking, how do I know whether my product is working or not? Is there a metric that indicates this? Yes. There is. It's called Net Promoter Score or NPS. Don't worry, it's not as complicated as it sounds. All you have to do is just ask your customer this one simple question. On a scale of 1 to 10, how likely are you to promote my program to your friend or relative in need who you feel might benefit from my program? If 8 out of 10 people give you 10 out of 10 rating, then you can say that your product works and it delivers the result that you promise. And at this point, you can confidently say that you are ready to scale your coaching or consulting business to a consistent 20 lakh rupees per month. For that to happen, we must proceed to step number 47, which is creating vendor or employee agreements. As a solo founder, you only have 24 hours in a day. Even if somehow you are able to figure out this one-person business model where you are doing all the content marketing to generate leads and selling a course to monetize your audience, there is a limit to which you can scale your business revenue and income all by yourself. And if you're following whatever I'm teaching you, you will definitely not do that. So we need to use other people's skill and time to grow our business beyond a certain point. Now at this stage of your business, you'll be mostly collaborating with freelancers or agencies. The second option would be hiring employees. But the problem here is your business is a startup with a lot of key man risk involved. A highly skilled professional will not work in your business even if you pay them higher salaries. They would rather do a free internship at Apple than work for a coach or a consultant with a salary of 1 lakh rupees per month. Does this mean you should only work with agencies? No. Hiring full-time employees for your business is always better than working with an agency. And I'm saying this as someone who is an agency owner. I can't make such statements irresponsibly. As already discussed, you can't hire skilled employees because most of them might not work for you. And that is the reason why for some roles, you need to hire agencies. But hiring an agency is a temporary solution, not a long-term strategy. So what should you do? Well, there is no right answer to this particular question. My advice is to hire freelancers or agencies, but focus on creating internal trainings and SOPs for all the roles that are required for your business to function. And make sure that such solid trainings are there in your business that even someone at level 3 in a particular skill can watch those training and learn from them and become someone at level 8 or 9 employee at that particular skill. But more on that later. For now, we have to do one more admin task, that is creating vendor and employee agreements. Remember in step number 37, we have created a service level agreement that we get signed with all of our clients. Similarly, we have to create and sign employee and vendor agreement that we have to sign with all our employees and freelancers. Just follow this simple rule in business. Whenever there is a chance of things getting out of hand with people involved in your business, Just do a written agreement. This will save your ass when things go out of hand. Moving ahead to step number 48, having a talent acquisition funnel for your business. If you are a coach who is able to make 5 lakh rupees per month in your business, but when it comes to scaling beyond that, you feel scared. This is what might be missing in your business. During my agency days, we had a client. They were making 3 to 5 lakh every single month with organic marketing, and they wanted to scale using ads. They were the ideal client for the agency. Not only because they had the money, but also because they were looking for scale. And they were also very good clients to work with. They responded to all our messages and gave us all the videos that we asked to shoot them on time. They didn't even complain a bit when we asked to do stuff out of their comfort zone. We started their first campaign within just a month, and in just 15 to 20 days, we started getting results. Next month, their business made a whopping 12 lakhs. And the next month, it made 15 lakhs. We were on a roll. But all of a sudden, they stopped replying to our messages on time. Just a simple creative shoot that we asked them to do, which earlier was delivered within 24 hours, now it took weeks to complete. I started getting worried because of this behavior change. One day, I confronted them on a Zoom call. I told them that if we want to keep making the same revenue that we are currently making, we have to maintain the same pace of work that we were previously doing. They replied to me in a very tired tone. Himanshu, we want to do all the work on time, but the problem is we are not getting any time to do this. All our time is going on taking sales calls and client calls, thanks to the campaign that we did in the last 2 months. We don't have any complaints about you or your team. I felt a sigh of relief, but then asked them this question. Why don't you hire someone to do all this? And they said they have tried hiring in the past, but the experience was so bad that it affected their entire business. That's why they are afraid to hire someone new. And then I asked them, how does the talent acquisition funnel in your business look like? They said, what's that? Then I asked in simpler terms, how did you do the hiring of that particular person? They said, someone recommended them when they were looking for a role. And then I asked, so you hired the first person that applied for that particular post? They said yes. Then I said, you see now where's the problem? You have a full-fledged functioning marketing funnel in place to get new clients. But when it comes to hiring a team member or an employee, you don't have any process in place. This is when I introduced them to the concept of talent acquisition funnel, by using which they hired 2 sales closer and 1 customer success person for their team, due to which they were able to buy hours of their time back, which they were able to invest in the business building activities. Not only they were able to make 12 to 15 lakhs per month in their business consistently, they were also able to scale beyond that, making over 30 lakhs in some month. That's the power of having a solid talent acquisition funnel in place. So what exactly is the meaning of a talent acquisition funnel? The customer acquisition funnel or marketing funnel or sales funnel, whatever you want to call it, is a step-by-step process to attract clients. A talent acquisition funnel is a step-by-step process to hire employee or team members. You don't hire any friend, family or fool to work with you just because they have shown interest in working with you. You need someone with good enough skill, mindset and character traits to work with you. And to do that, you need a process. The good news is that if you understand a marketing funnel, then you will easily understand a talent acquisition funnel. Just like in a marketing funnel, there is lead generation. In a talent acquisition funnel, there is application generation. Just like in a marketing funnel, there is lead qualification. In talent acquisition funnel, there is application qualification. Just like in a marketing funnel, there is sales call. In talent acquisition funnel, there is interview process. And just like in a marketing funnel, there is onboarding and upselling. In a talent acquisition funnel, there is employee onboarding and employee retention. This is just an overview of a talent acquisition funnel. If you're specifically struggling to hire the right people for your business and need our help, please book a call by clicking the link somewhere down below. But if you want to learn in depth about each step, I'm soon planning to upload a masterclass on this very topic, so do keep an eye out. Let's move ahead to step number 49, which is hiring your first employee. Who should be your first employee? The answer can vary from business to business, but in more than 90% of businesses, it's usually an assistant. If the offer that you have created is selling to cold audience and you are able to get regular appointments and sales, the next bottleneck in your business is the admin tasks that come along when you are running a fully functioning one-person business. At this point, you are the one who is creating content, doing outreach, taking sales call, conducting live sessions with your client all by yourself. It's good in the beginning and you should get a first-hand understanding of how things work, but when you are doing things at scale, it gets a bit difficult. You need to start delegating some tasks, and the first set of tasks that you should delegate are low effort and low value tasks. And who will you delegate this task to? An assistant. And since we are building a business in the online world, we call them virtual assistant. But why do we need to hire them first? The thing is, the first set of tasks that should be delegated are those who do not require much qualification. Tasks that anyone can do, so that it doesn't take too much time for you to find and train this particular person. And that's why we hire virtual assistants first. So here's what you have to do. Track all the activities that you do on a half-hourly basis into an Excel sheet, and by the end of the day, grade them from 1 to 5 based on how valuable they are to you and to your business in that moment. For example, building your product can be a grade 5 activity, taking sales call can be a grade 4 activity, creating content can be a grade 3 activity, doing warm outreach can be a grade 2 activity, and drafting and replying to client queries on chat can be a grade 1 activity. So do this exercise by using a talent acquisition funnel and hire a virtual assistant. Delegate all the tasks that you feel are grade 2 and grade 1 to that particular virtual assistant. Let me also tell you that certain tasks may also require you to create standard operating procedure, which we will discuss in the upcoming steps. But I feel that this is a good point to end this video now. See you soon in the next video. Welcome to the 11th video of our course on 72 steps to making 20 lakhs per month in your coaching and consulting business. I hope you're enjoying all the lessons so far, and not only enjoying them, but implementing them as well. This course is not made for entertainment. If you're watching this for entertainment, then a better option will be to watch a Mr. Beast video. The only reason to consume this course is to learn from my experience and implement whatever I have taught in this course into your business. Then and only then you will be able to make 5, 10, 20 lakhs in your business, which is the goal of this course. With that said, let's move ahead with the 50th step, that is calendar management. I've talked a little bit about the importance of time management as an entrepreneur in the beginning of this course, but as per my experience, it becomes really crucial at this stage in your business. The reason for that is not only you have to learn how to manage time efficiently, but you also need to learn where to allocate your time. You need to find out what activities that you need to focus on your business that will move your business forward, and what are the activities that will make sure that business is functioning smoothly. Then you have to plan your weeks and days strategically so that both kind of activities continue in your business. The tasks that move your business forward are called maker tasks. These tasks will not immediately show results in your business, but they are very important for your business's long-term growth. These tasks can be tasks such as working on the product, writing and creating content, and planning long-term strategies, etc. Ideally, as a founder, most of your time should go towards maker tasks. Manager tasks, on the other hand, are the tasks that you need to do on a daily basis that will keep the ball rolling in your business. At this point, these tasks can include taking sales calls, client calls, and team meetings, etc. As you scale, the maker and the manager tasks will vary in your business over time. So here's what you need to do next. Plan a perfect week for your business on Sunday using Google Calendar. The first half of the day should be allocated purely to maker tasks. Block 5 to 6 hours from whenever you start working in your business, and without distractions, you have to dedicate these hours to maker tasks. Then take a break for about 30 minutes to 1 hour from your work to do some leisure activities. Then until you finish your work, do all the manager tasks in your business for the remaining of the day. This way, you'll be able to scale your business revenue at the right pace while keeping your businesses from failing. But in most cases, there will always be more manager tasks as compared to the maker tasks. And if you don't take care of them on time, then you won't be able to focus properly on maker tasks. To prevent that from happening, you can block 1 or 2 days in your entire week to focus on manager tasks. The next thing that you have to do is divide all the tasks into maker and manager tasks. For that, go back to the Excel sheet that we prepared in the previous step, and then categorize all the tasks that you do into maker and manager tasks. And finally, plan your ideal day in which you pick 3 maker tasks and 1 or 2 manager tasks that you need to do. Don't make the mistake of preparing a huge to-do list. Just focus on the tasks that you can finish in a day and focus on doing that. Let's move ahead to step number 51, which is proof collection. It is a very simple yet very important step, but 8 out of 10 people ignore this and then they complain that people don't trust me. See, in any outcome-based services business, particularly in coaching and consulting, the end result is not the only win. It's always a journey, and throughout the journey, there are small wins that your clients will share with you. It can be in the form of text messages that they send in your communication channels, it can be voice notes that they have sent, or it can be something that they must have said during a live session. It can be anything. Your job is to document everything so that you can use them as proof that your product works even before your client gets the complete transformation. So here's what you have to do next. Create a folder on your Google Drive with the name Social Proof and start adding anything and everything that can act as a proof that your product works. Moving ahead to step number 52, which is an addition to that, there must be clients who have achieved the transformation that you have promised. What you need to do is to conduct a proper interview session to discuss their transformation journey working with you. And you have to craft an interview session so that it does not look like an interview. It should look like a random chat session, but something that you can use cleverly for marketing. So you can talk about their problem before joining you, the specific areas that you have helped them with, and their overall experience working with you. So if you want a reference client interview, you can check out our interview by clicking the link somewhere in the description. With this, we come to an end of this video as well. Please implement everything that I have explained in this video without fail. See you in the next video. Welcome to the 12th video of our course on 72 steps to making 20 lakhs per month in your coaching and consulting business. We are at the step 53 of our journey, and this is one of my favorite steps. In this step, we are going to learn about brand storytelling. But we are business owners, not fiction writers. Why do we need to learn storytelling? All my clients have asked me this question when I tell them that we have to start writing stories for their business. See, no matter which niche market you're building your coaching business around, you will have competitors. Your prospects are going to have plenty of other options. Your competitors are selling their solution to your prospect's problem. And now, if you want your prospects to invest in you, your product, and your solution, you have to give them a reason to do that. And the best way to do that is through storytelling. I spent 9 hours a day studying the concepts of physics, chemistry, and mathematics when I was preparing for my JEE examination during my childhood. And I wasn't the one who was working the hardest. All I wanted at that time was to get one of the 8,000 seats in IITs, which more than 14 lakh students were also competing, working, or studying 9+ hours a day. Cut to now, when I try to remember that period as failed IIT aspirant and a semi-successful marketer, what did I actually studied in my high school? I am not able to recall any concepts of physics, chemistry, and mathematics that I wasted hours and hours understanding and mugging up. How Brutus backstabbed Julius Caesar. How did the ghost of Christmas past, present, and future change Ebenezer Scrooge? How did the older brother from Malgudi days gave away everything for his younger brother's future? These stories were part of my English literature subject during my 11th and 12th grades. In short, if you want your potential clients to remember you until they are ready to take an action, you have to tell stories about your brand. Business storytelling in a coaching or consulting business is the strategic use of authentic narratives to connect with your potential client, build trust, and communicate your coaching's value proposition. It involves weaving together your personal experiences, your client transformation, and your expertise into compelling narratives that resonates with your target audience across all digital platforms. Now, there are multiple different stories that you can tell around your business, but there are 7 categories according to me, which most of your stories are going to fall into. Number 1, the origin story. This is your why story. How you became who you are and why you do what you do. Number 2, the mechanism story. This is how you explain your unique methodology or your unique approach. Number 3, the mission and vision story. This is the story about why you're doing what you're doing and your short-term and long-term goals. Number 4, the customer journey story. This is the story about how an ideal transformation will look like in your business. Number 5, the best case study story. So this is the story about the best customer transformation, and you can have multiple of these stories. Number 6, the culture story. These are the stories about your company's values and give someone ideas about what it is like to work with you. Number 7, objection handling stories. These are the belief-breaking stories that handles all the doubts and fears that people have regarding working with you. Now, you don't need all these stories in your business right now, but at this stage, you need to write at least 3 stories that you will tell repeatedly. The origin story, the mechanism story, and the best case study story. Now, the next question is how to tell a business story. It's just like you tell any other story. There is absolutely no difference between telling a regular story and a business story. But if you want to become a master storyteller and tell incredible story about your business, then you can read this book called Storyworthy by Matthew Dix. This is the best book on storytelling that I have read so far, and I have read a lot of books in this very topic. And if you want our help in crafting your brand story, then you know what to do. Just book a call with us by clicking the link in the description. Moving ahead to step number 54, which is creating a version 2 of your product. This step is also very simple and straightforward. You just have to refine your product to an extent where it's ready to be recorded. You need to remove all the fluff and add things that you feel are needed and are missing in the version 1. This should include something that at least 5 to 10 of your clients have used and have gotten results. At this stage, all you need to do is refine your product to a point where it will not need any other modification to achieve the desired result that you promised. Let's move ahead to step number 55, that is learning the fundamentals of creating a standard operating procedure. If you remember at the beginning of the course, I talked about expertise-based lifestyle businesses. The coaching or consulting business that you are building right now is also a lifestyle-based businesses built around your expertise. These are the types of businesses which do not have much enterprise value. They are not investable businesses. This means that it is very unlikely that you will be able to raise funds or have an exit of acquisition or an IPO. But have you ever wondered, if not an exit, then what should be the end goal? Let's say that you do everything right, then what's the best case scenario for you while running this business? So let me tell you this one thing straight. Lifestyle business may not have an enterprise value or a window for exit, but they are super rich in cash flows and have very high margins. And there are some entrepreneurs who look down on lifestyle businesses because they do not have an enterprise value. And some of them even say that it's not even a real business. I disagree. Anything that involves ethical selling in exchange of information or services that puts food on your table, it's pretty much a business. But since it does not have an enterprise value, it won't attract top talent. And you have to be okay with it. So the best case scenario also can't be a business that attracts top talents and runs on automation without your involvement. And that's why it's important to have strong standard operating processes and employee trainings for all the roles possible. Because in most of the cases, you will get a level 3 skilled employee whom you have to train to get to at least level 7 or 8. And that's where having a proper understanding of SOP creation or employee training creation will help you a lot. The mindset that you have to keep while creating this should be, you have to create the training so good that even your grandma can be trained on a particular task just by watching it. Once you're able to do that perfectly, you'll have a business where your involvement is going to be just 20% and the rest 80% will be taken care by your team. And still, you'll get clients for your coaching business and your clients will get results that you promised. I have even seen coaches who spend just 5 to 6 hours per week into their coaching business and still making crores in their business. All because they are able to build such amazing SOPs and employee trainings in their business. It's just mind-blowing. So here's what you have to do now to create SOPs for your businesses. List down all the tasks that you have done more than 3 times in your business. Yes, creating SOPs are not that complicated as people make them seem. By doing just that, will get you started on creating appropriate employee trainings for your business. But there's a lot more that can be discussed on this topic, which is beyond the scope of this video. So I will create a masterclass for SOPs and playbook creation as well. For now, let's move ahead to the next step, which is step number 56, hiring a video editor. This is the second hire that you have to do in your business. By this point, you must have a clear understanding that to build leverage in your coaching business, you'll need to create a lot of high quality media. Just like coders are to software businesses, editors are to media businesses. And this is a role, no matter in which stage you are in your coaching business, you have to dedicate. So you can hire a full-time video editor or you can even work with a freelancer. Either way, you have to outsource that. And please don't ask me in the comments where to find a good video editor and all. Go revisit the step number 47 and 48 and you will know where to find them. Let's end this video at this note and see you soon in the next video. Welcome to the 13th video of the course on 72 steps to making 20 lakhs per month in your coaching or consulting business. So far, we have discussed a little bit about sales funnel and mainly focused on the organic. But now that we have a proof of concept and some case studies, we can create a proper digital sales funnel and start running some low budget ads, which is exactly our next step. That is step number 57, setting up a level 1 funnel. So what is a level 1 funnel? Honestly, there is no such thing as level 1 funnel. It's not something that they are officially named, but it's something that I have named myself for my team's better understanding. A level 1 funnel is something that we call a funnel that can help you connect directly with the top 3% buyers in the market. Let me explain the concept of the buying nature of a coaching consulting market so that you can get a better understanding. In every coaching or consulting market, there are 50% of people who will never buy a high ticket product. 45 to 47% people are in the exploring or in figuring out stage. They know they have a problem and are actively looking for a solution. And the top 3 to 5% audience, they are in the buying stage. These are the type of people who will act fast and are ready to invest. So what you need right now is to get in touch with these 3 to 5% people as quickly as possible and present them your offer. But this is where most coaches make the mistake. They try to replicate the funnels of their competitors. The competitors who have been running their business for years. They have the money to spend on marketing and building teams that can work on attracting and nurturing people from figuring out stage to buying stage. But remember, you are not in that stage. So please do not even think of doing webinars or having that L1, L2, L3 model. Instead, this is what you should do. Run a direct appointment funnel. Call out to people who are in the investing stage and tell them to book a call with you. Now, I'm not going to discuss the details of messaging and positioning that you need to have because we have already discussed in details from step 4 to step 9. What I can do right now is to give you an example. You can check the direct appointment funnel that we use for our business by clicking the link below. The tool that we use to build this funnel is called Go High Level, but you're open to use any tool of your choice. Also, we have a white label version of this tool that allows us to directly install this exact funnel into your account with just one click. So if you want to build the same funnel in your business, you can create an account by using the link in the description. Moving ahead to step number 58 is setting up a pre-sales sequence. This is also very simple and straightforward. As you start running ads for your business, you will get first taste of the cold audience. You'll soon realize that getting money from cold audience is not easy. Certainly not as easy as it was with your organic audience. Even though they might be even more qualified for your offers and maybe even in higher paying, it's still very difficult to convert them. The only reason for that is they don't know who you are. They've just seen your ad and your landing page. Why would they invest lakhs and lakhs into your offers? So how do you make sure that at least they know about you before coming to the call? You can do that by setting up a pre-sales sequence. Pre-sales sequence is nothing but setting up a bunch of marketing materials that your prospect can consume as soon as they book a call with you. These can be emails, videos, brochures, etc. that contain everything about what you do, the results your previous clients have generated, and how can you help someone who has the same problem for which you have the solution. So here's what you have to do. Book a call with us using the link in the description and you will receive a complete appointment setting sequence and everything that we do to ensure that anyone is fully informed about our services as business coaches and consultants. This will give you a pretty good idea about what you can do to set up your pre-call sequence in your business. Moving ahead to the next step, that is step number 59, running low budget ad campaigns. Again, this is one of those times where we are going to thank the universe that we are building business in the age of internet. Sometimes I feel that people don't appreciate how incredibly lucky they are that they get to build business in such an incredible time. Can you believe that you can show ads about your products and services to anyone in the world with just a few clicks on your laptop and just few bucks? Thanks to digital social media advertisement platforms like Facebook and Google Ads. And it's not just that. The ad platforms and algorithm have taken the burden of showing your ads to only those people who are in buying state, so that the money that you're spending on ads give you the best return on investment. Just imagine trying to do that just 30-50 years ago. Almost impossible. I know this because this is my area of expertise. I've been running paid ads for coaches, consultants, and course creators since 2019. And since then, I have been an avid learner of advertising. I'm amazed at how easy things are right now compared to just few decades ago. And if you're not using digital advertisement to scale your business, then you are losing a lot of money. Now, before you start complaining, I have tried using Facebook ad, but they just don't work for my business. Let me get this clear. What you have tried is just clicking buttons on Facebook ads dashboard. A 5-year-old kid can do that. I've been running campaigns for over 5 years and there's one common thing among all my successful campaigns. Most of the work that is required to make a campaign successful happens out of the platform. Before making any campaign live, my team and I spend hours into researching, scripting and shooting. And many people run behind that magic setting that can give them all the paying clients once they click publish button, but there's no such thing like that. It's all about working on the fundamentals, working on creating the right messaging, positioning, scripting, and shooting. Facebook ads dashboard setup hardly take 5 to 10 minutes. So even before thinking about starting Facebook ads campaign, go through everything that we covered in the foundation part of this course once again and rectify any mistakes if there. Then go on organically testing for at least 5 to 6 conversions without even running ads. I'm not saying that it's mandatory. You can get clients directly through paid ads as well. But if you do organic first, then you will have proof of concept and some initial funds to spend on testing Facebook ad campaigns. Now, it would be a grave injustice if I try to teach how to run low budget Facebook ads for your coaching business in this particular video. So I am going to create a masterclass on this very topic as well. But if you want my team to do the work while you focus on delivering results to your clients, click the link in the description below to book a call with us. For now, let's move ahead to the next step. Step number 60 is creating a sales SOP and step number 61 is hiring a salesperson. This is going to be the second most difficult hire that you have to make in your entire journey of building a coaching business that generates 20 lakhs per month. Once you start running ads, you will start getting more and more appointments because now there will be two ways you are generating appointments. One through warm outreach and second through ads. You must have already delegated most of the warm outreach work to the virtual assistant, but still most of your time will go on taking sales calls. So this is what we are going to delegate in the next step. We have to delegate this before anything else because it's easier to create an SOP for sales than for any other roles. All you have to do is train them on introduction, line of questioning and pitch and give them some of your successful sales recordings as an example. You can also take them to a few of your calls as observer and they can learn from observation. But the difficult part will be hiring the right salesperson. The ideal person for this role will have extensive sales experience as well as an understanding of your coaching. For example, if you are a yoga coach and you want to hire someone for sales, then the ideal candidate for this role is someone who has keen interest in yoga and has a minimum of 1 year of sales experience. Really hard to find. But if you can find someone, you will get a lot of time back that you can spend on other needle moving activities in your business. So here's what you have to do. Follow the process of talent acquisition that we discussed earlier to hire a right salesperson for you. A little bit of warning before you start this process. Hiring an ideal employee is 10 times more tiring than closing a right client. But once you have the right employee, your reward will be also 100 times of what you are getting by closing a deal. So you may have to go through a lot of resumes and interviews, but that's okay. With this, we come to the end of this video. See you in the next one. Bye. Welcome to the 14th video of our course on 72 steps to making 20 lakhs per month in your coaching and consulting business. We are almost there at the end of the journey with just few crucial steps left. I really hope that you find this course helpful. My team and I have put a lot of efforts into creating this resource, which we believe will be helpful to many people. If you have started implementing, you might have started seeing the change in your life and in your business. And if you have found the information in this course helpful, even it a little bit, then I have just one small request. Do share this course as much as possible so that it reaches to someone who is in need. Let's get back to the course with step number 62, create a version 3 of the product. By this point, your core product should be 99.99% ready. You should have removed all the fluff and added all the important stuff that's necessary to achieve the client transformation. But if you've not done that, then please do it now. Because at this point, you need to have an LMS. Whenever a client has a problem or is stuck somewhere, you need to be able to point them towards a certain resource on your LMS and the problem should be resolved. We want that level of detail. So here's what you have to do now. Go ahead and revisit all the client call recordings and identify where exactly they feel stuck. Upgrade the information or resources according to that. And upload everything on an LMS because in the next two steps, we have to hire and train a CSM, which is step number 63 and 64. CSM refers to Customer Success Manager. This is going to be the most difficult hiring that you have to do as a coach. Remember when I told you about coaching business not having any enterprise value? And the biggest reason for that is the key man risk. The business is highly dependent on an individual, a key man, which is you. A CSM or a customer success person is someone you hire to replace your job in the delivery side of the business. Obviously, it's not 100% possible. But your job is to try and ensure that at least 80% of the fulfillment task that you are doing is delegated to a CSM. Will it impact sales? Yes, initially it will. Because initially, one of the biggest aspects of your pitch may be you will directly work with the founder, which made the conversion easier. You can't say that anymore. Furthermore, it's very difficult to find the right candidate for the role because there'll be someone with expertise in your field. They have to be coachable, good at communication, and have people handling abilities. Again, super difficult. Let's say that you put in the work and can find the perfect candidate for this role, but the next challenge is that you have to train them. You have to create a SOP so good that it can train anyone for that particular role. But creating an SOP for a customer success role is tricky because let's say that you are able to train someone fully for this role. They're able to deliver your service as good as you. It's still not the best case scenario because then there is a risk of them becoming your competitor. I know, too difficult. Maybe one of the most difficult tasks that you have to do in your journey to making 20 lakhs per month in your coaching business. But trust me, if you are able to hire for this role and hire the right person, you will scale your business like crazy. So here's what you have to do. Go back to the customer journey roadmap and break down every single step in the specific task that is required to go from starting to the end in the entire client journey. Identify the tasks that you can do and you have to do. These may be the tasks which require your specific touch and you enjoy doing as well. And for the rest of the tasks, create stepwise SOPs. Then one by one, start delegating it to a CSM. Ideally, there should be multiple CSMs with different expertise handling different areas of your customer journey. But no one person should be able to deliver the client results as well as you can. This way, you will be able to delegate most of the tasks without going into the risk of creating a competition. Follow the talent acquisition process that we discussed, and no matter how long it takes, hire the right person for the role. Moving ahead to step number 65, creating a version 2 of your client onboarding process. So this is pretty straightforward. Till now, there was only you who was involved in the delivery and you used to deliver everything live. But now there's someone for customer support and success roles, and you also have an LMS. So you have to set the right expectation in this call only. You have to introduce your CSM as a head coach and accountability partner and train them live on how to navigate the LMS dashboard. And make sure to mention that the entire team is there to help you reach your goals. This way, they'll never complain that you are not 100% involved in the delivery because they will still get the result that they were promised. Moving ahead to step number 66, which is hiring a copywriter. This is something optional, although I feel copywriting is something that every entrepreneur should learn and practice. But if you're really struggling with it, then you can hire a copywriter or outsource copywriting to any freelancer. I've been in this space for more than 5 years and there is not one single day that I have not done copywriting for my business. But I also met entrepreneurs who struggle with it, and eventually you have to delegate it. So this might be the right time to delegate. Also, one more thing. For this role, it's better you go with the skilled freelancer instead of full-time hire because it's a role that requires a skilled professional who has done a lot of practice, and most probably you won't be able to train them. There's one more option which we started doing in our business. We have trained LLMs, both ChatGPT and Claude, on our writing, and now after giving proper prompts, we are really getting better outputs. We are still very new to it and won't call ourselves experts, but it has significantly reduced our time and increased our output, so I would suggest give it a try. Moving ahead to step number 67, which is setting up a level 2 funnel. So what is a level 2 sales or marketing funnel? Actually, there is no such thing as level 2 funnel. This is a lingo that we use to help us categorize different funnels. If you remember, at level 1 funnel, we talked about a funnel that help us directly connect with the top 3 to 5% of people in any market. These are the people who are in the buying stage. But with level 2 funnel, we'll be able to broaden our market a bit and try to target a segment of audience who are in the figuring out stage. So instead of a funnel that generates direct appointments, you are going to build a funnel that will help you generate and nurture leads. Leads are the people who have raised their hands and shown interest in whatever you are offering. They may or may not immediately buy. But if you do proper nurturing and launch offers that may appeal to them, they will eventually buy in something or the other that you have to offer. But if you do proper nurturing and launch offers that may appeal to them, they will eventually buy something or the other from you. Now at this stage, you must be generating enough money in your business, and some of it you can allocate to generate leads and nurture them. Now there are multiple different lead generation funnels in the market that a lot of coaches are using right now. The most popular ones are webinar funnel, VSL funnel, lead magnet funnel, and digital product funnel, etc. But before you ask me, let me tell you, all of them work. And if you feel that you have tried some but they did not work for you, then the problem is in your business, not in the funnel. So what funnel you should be using right now? Pick anyone. All of them have their pros and cons. For example, VSL funnel is the easiest to set up, but the quality of leads may not be that high. Whereas digital product funnels are the most difficult funnel, but once done right, they might generate the most qualified audience, which sometimes even convert without even a sales call. The choice of funnel really depends on your market and the resources that you have, but all of them works. Step number 68 is all about running scaling ads. This is where you have to ramp up your ad spend and go to more than one paid traffic channel. So you can start running ads on platforms like Google and YouTube. And along with that, you can also scale the campaigns on Facebook. One optional thing that you can do right now for your business is to hire a marketing agency, because at this point you already have created a product that sells. And if you hire a really good marketing agency at this point, it will be a game changer. If you're already at this stage, then we would love to work with you and scale your business to the moon. You can book a call directly by clicking the link in the description and see if we are a good fit for working together or not. The next step is step number 69, where you have to do is the second round of hiring. This is also pretty simple and straightforward. Whatever hiring that you have done so far, you only have to hire one more person for each role. And now you can avoid hiring for a VA or an editor, but this is must for sales and customer success role. This time it might be a bit easier for you as well, because you have already completed the first round of hiring. But if done properly, it will double the output and create a healthy competition in your business, which is necessary for your revenue growth. But before hiring for any role, make sure the two things are taken care of. Number one, the calendars of all your current employees are full with the tasks that they have been assigned. And number two, you've set up the KPIs in place to measure and analyze the performance. If it's not, then work on it before doing the second round of hiring. Next step, that is step number 70, is remote team management. This will be applicable for you if you are operating remotely, which most of you are going to be. Now, a lot of team building gurus will not suggest what I am going to suggest you. But trust me, I am saying this from experience. Managing a remote team is very, very difficult. When you hire someone for in-office position, you know what they are doing all the time because you can see them. They are right there in front of you. But if you have hired someone remotely, this becomes very, very difficult, specifically for the type of employees that we will be hiring. So even if you don't want to do this, but you want the best output, you have to micromanage your employees. Now you cannot keep a track of all the activities that they do, but you can at least keep them accountable for every minute they're working in your business. The method that worked really well for me was making them fill a Google form every hour. Let me explain. I told each and every one who I hired to fill a Google form every hour from the time their work starts to the time their works end. And the Google Forms has questions like name, role, day, work hour, and task at hand. And also at the end, I tell them to rate their focus and the percentage completion of the task. On top of that, I used to have daily team meetings at the end of the day where I used to give them feedback on the day and create a list of tasks for the next day. And it is something that I used to do as well. You cannot create a culture in a company without you leading as an example. Every hour, I used to fill the form properly and everyone in my team used to do the same. And we have enabled notification in our emails to get updated of the report of what everyone is doing. This system is effective because you can't lie for long. Eventually, if there is no progress, the reports will show that you are lying and you will get fired. Not a lot of employees are going to like it, but we have to keep working with only those who are okay with it and can keep up with this culture. The next step, that is step number 71, is double down and refine. Pretty straightforward. Do an analysis of everything that you are doing in your business. Double down on the things that are working well and refine the things that are not. Next and the final step is step number 72. Build a flywheel and rotate at full speed. We are at the last step of our entire course. I hope you like the course content so far. I've tried sharing everything that I know about building and growing a coaching business to 20 lakh rupees per month and beyond. But if you feel that I have missed something or anything that you guys want me to create a masterclass around, then do let me know in the comments. In the 72nd step, I'm not going to talk about any practical step, but rather I am going to teach you a very powerful concept. This concept is something that a lot of coaching businesses who are making 5 to 10 lakh rupees per month ignore, and that's why they are not able to scale beyond that. This is called flywheel effect. Flywheel effect is something that is responsible for the immense success of businesses like Amazon, Facebook, and Tesla. Although we are not looking to be that big of a company, but what I have found that the concept is applicable to coaching and consulting businesses as well. So what's a flywheel effect? What is a flywheel? If you are a mechanical engineer, then you must know the answer. But for those who are not, flywheel is a mechanical device which is often used as a heavy wheel which is used to store and regulate rotational energy. Imagine a big wheel that once you rotate, it keeps on rotating on its own because of its weight's inertia. Now we are not going to go very technical on it because this is a business concept, not an engineering concept. I just want you to be able to visualize a flywheel. Now in your business, There is a flywheel which once starts rotating smoothly, it will take your good coaching business and convert it into a great one. And for a business flywheel to function, it needs 3 to 6 nodes that keep pushing that giant flywheel. The first push it gets is through small wins that you can achieve through your coaching and consulting. These small wins then accumulate into visible results. Those visible results get more and more people engaged and makes people interested in the product, which gets the flywheel the momentum it requires, and the cycle continues. If we specifically talk about building a flywheel for a coaching or a consulting business, the starting point will be the product. If your product is really good, it will generate not only the final results, but also the small wins throughout. This in turn will generate the final results that will generate marketing materials that actually convert, which will help you create ads that attract the right audience. And if your ad is attracting the right audience and you have good enough results, then your sales process is going to be easy. And as you get more and more sales, which mean more and more customers, which mean more and more people going through your coaching, this will help you to easily modify your product and your offer, which will help your more clients to achieve the results quickly and effortlessly. And the flywheel rotates, resulting in the exponential growth of your business. Trust me, you won't believe, but there were months where we have not done any ad campaigns at all, and still our business made so much revenue. All because of the flywheel that we have created for our business. Now, I'm not going to tell you the exact steps that how you can create a flywheel in your business. That's something that you will do. And once it's done, you will message me on Instagram and share your wins. Also, if you have any feedback around the course, do send me that as well. I'll add my Instagram link in the description and I read every message myself. At last, I'll say, I hope someone had created something like this when I was starting out. It would have made the journey so much smoother. I didn't have that, but you do. So don't let my efforts go in vain. Implement the strategies and create so much wealth that even your great grandchildren won't have to work for a day. Thank you so much.